Hi, this is Now, and I'm going to ramble a little bit about this piece, how the idea came out, and well, all the things that kind of like surround the piece and everything, if anyone is interested. Okay, I'm going to make a sort of improvised ASMR because it's like 1:30 in the morning here, so it's raining. It's an interesting setting. I can't sleep, so well, I figured out that I probably should get myself going into this. So, the main idea came as a consequence of an infographic from another artist. Well, he's not an artist. I'm not exactly sure how to describe him. His name is Eduardo Salles. If you are from Mexico, you probably have heard about him, and if you haven't, you're probably familiar with his work because he is basically the mastermind behind Pictoline. Before Pictoline existed, there was this blog called Cinismo Ilustrado, Illustrated Cynicism, and basically what Pictoline does is they make infographics about different topics. They are aiming to educate people. And before the infographics, there was this guy who was like, he went solo and he used to make not exactly infographics, he made more like illustrations, like graphic design, but he had really genius ideas. I mean, the guy is brilliant. And one of those ideas was this idea of the theory of egocentrism, where basically you are the center of your own universe and everything rotates around you. So, it's like each person outside of yourself, which is, I don't know, the people that you fancy or your family, your friends, strangers, they have different orbits and they can get closer to you or far away from you depending on, whether or not you fancy them or not, or you need for them to make you a favor or not, or overall tribalism, I guess. So yeah, I saw that idea and I thought, hey, this is brilliant, and kind of take a different take on it. Basically inspired by all these people who is kind of like internet famous or aims to be internet famous. And man, it's kind of it's an interesting phenomena. I mean, it's kind of funny. Early in the year, I went to Venice with my cousins, and they kind of like got this bug on them. It's not that severe, really. They take pictures just for Instagram purposes. They are not at the point where it is, a problem, I guess. We were on this bridge. We all, had hats and scarves and everything. It was really, really freezing. And in there were two girls, gorgeous girls, and they were kind of like queuing on this bridge because they wanted to take a selfie. And just for the sake of taking that picture, they took away all the layers of clothing and they standed in the fridge pretending that they were not freezing to death. And just being sexy with this really short, tiny dress. I bet it was a gorgeous photo because they were gorgeous. But man, you are really sacrificing not only your comfort, that could probably even mess with your health, just for having a selfie up on Instagram. That's, I don't know, that's a little bit messed up in my opinion. But yet still there's a lot of people who does that, spending a lot of time editing, photoshopping it just for the sake of, I don't know for the sake of what actually. It puzzles me because there's another phenomena in the world that is catfishing and people complain. Is when your first interaction with somebody is through the internet. So you look to their Instagram or you look to their Facebook or any social media and you see their pictures and you think, oh my god, this person is gorgeous. And at the moment that you meet them face to face, the real life doesn't really live up to the expectations that you raise. So people hate that. There is another phenomenon that I have noticed among friends of mine, or people who were friends of mine at a certain point and no longer, precisely because of this. And that is this thirst to be internet famous or famous just in general. And in order to serve this desire, they modify their immediate social circle and they start just allocating time to people who is equally or more famous than them, people who will help them to climb that fame ladder in a sense. When you talk to them, if you make a count of every time that they say the word audience, in every 5 sentences, the word audience appears. I think everybody is entitled to be obsessed with something. We all do it. I mean, it's like for them, maybe is their audience. That's fine. When I think it's problematic, especially on this particular topic, in this particular sense, is when you modify your emotional state to the point of anxiety or depression because of that. When the approval of strangers that you don't know are able to ruin or make your day, and not just your day, your week, your month, your year. I think, I don't know, I have seen it, and I find it scary, and I really will hope that wouldn't be so much of a negative impact on the people who is suffering this, because I don't know, it gives me the impression that they are actually suffering it, and I don't want to see them suffer because of that. I mean, some of them were really close to me at a certain point, and it kind of hurts to see them like that. I know that it looks good from afar. When you see somebody who gets recognized on the street and gets all this kudos and approval of a lot of people, and it has their fan base, and you see them from afar and you think, oh, that should be amazing. But at the same time, I don't know, personally I find it scary, because that kind of like, I'm very used to my freedom. I think if I will have to choose a value among everything that is available in the world, I probably will choose freedom. The freedom to go wherever I want to go, the freedom to do whatever I want to do. And I think I have it to a certain extent. I mean, obviously it helps that I don't have like expensive tastes or extravagant desires. I'm pretty easy to be content in general. But still, I mean, it's like, if I want to go travel someplace tomorrow, I can do it. If I can, I don't know, spend the whole night recording an attempt of a podcast about my artwork like I'm doing now, I can do it. So yeah, I have been a freelancer for 5 years now, and that's what I got used to, to eat whenever I feel hungry, to sleep whenever I feel sleepy. I haven't heard an alarm clock in ages, and I love that. And just thinking about slaving my actions and my state of mind and my state of feeling for the approval of the masses, or for the approval of people that I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to have that necessity. Never, ever. And I think that's what, I don't know, that's kind of like what inspired the piece that I did. So just thinking about this Instagram people, or people who want to be internet famous, whatever it takes, I don't know, it's like, yeah, you are the center of your own universe, and you want for the whole universe to revolve around you. And sometimes you achieve that. And of course that comes with a sacrifice as well. And so, well, basically that was my idea. I have this gorgeous Instagram model. Of course, I took several references of Instagram accounts that I follow, which indeed, I mean, they are gorgeous girls and really, really amazing makeup. I mean, on this piece, I really didn't want to put a really extravagant makeup, because it will take away attention from the idea that she is the sun and that every planet is revolving around her. Actually, the main idea was to make the planets like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and etc., etc. But then I thinking again, it's like, you know what? I think she, as the sun and the planet just orbiting around, kind of like works on itself. And if I add each planet as a social network, probably is going to add certain expiration date to the piece, you know, because we don't know which social network is going to be still around in 5 years, 10 years. And there are paintings that I did like 10 years ago who are still going around, and I kind of like that. So yeah, that's why I choose not to do it at the end. So yeah, this is a painting that I started 3 months ago. It take forever to do, not exactly because it was slow on doing it. I mean, I probably could have pulled off in a week or so, but there was something holding me back. I didn't paint for a while, I think months. And the reason why I stopped was because it was a kind of like happy accident. Well, it wasn't happy. I was actually very unhappy about it. I have a tiny cat. He's sleeping right now, so I can record this without interruption, which is cool. So yeah, that little guy, one day I left a glass of water over my desktop and he flipped it over and it fell over my Wacom, wet the pen, and the pen died on the spot. I couldn't replace the pen because it was a really old model. It was a graphite tree, I think. I think it's like 10 or 15 years old. I mean, it was a Wacom that really was an amazing Wacom. I mean, never let me down. Fantastic model. So I couldn't get a replacement for the pen because apparently they don't manufacture them anymore. So I had to change to a new model. It was a Wacom Intus Pro that it is supposed to emulate paper, and you were supposed to feel this natural like if you were sketching with a pencil, which was not my experience at all. It was actually so terrible, because to me using this was more like the equivalent of nails over chalkboard, you know, like was, oh my god. Do you have the sensation when you have a sweater that is made of wool, and then you trap the sweater between your teeth and you start grinding that like well, that kind of cringy sensation, I had it on my Wacom every time that I painted something, and it was unbearable. I mean, I just couldn't. I will use my Wacom just for client work, you know, like stuff that you have to do because you have to eat. But for personal stuff, I was like, I don't want to touch it. It feels horrible. I mean, I got this great sensation. I don't want to have anything to do with it, with painting or with drawing anymore. So basically what I did was to get the old pen, the one that doesn't work anymore, from my previous Wacom, and start kind of like, you know, like scratching the surface just so I can wear this texture off. And I don't know if that talks nicely about the coating of the Wacom on this special edition that is kind of like rough surface, because it wears off. I mean, which for me was a good thing. So yeah, basically that was the reason why I was inactive in painting. And well, this is an experiment. I have a new resolution after releasing this painting. A little bit ties with the topic about letting social media not only just dictate what are you going to do and how you are going to react in order to please the masses, but also, I don't know, I think social media is also this black hole of time waste. So I'm trying to cut down on social media. And as well because I came back from Pixelatl. Last week, there is this event in Mexico where it's more for animators, not exactly for illustrators, but it's still, I like to go there because there is a really nice, friendly, and inspirational vibe over there. They invited Lee Ungerich, the director of Coco, the Pixar movie, people from The Walking Dead, people from Isles of Dogs from Wes Anderson, and many, many others, people from the stuff from Steven Universe and some other IPs that I am not very familiar with because it's more cartoons and I'm not really that much into cartoons. there are cartoons that I really like. Rick and Morty is fantastic. Gumball is fantastic. BoJack Horseman, oh my god. And BoJack, they got one of the guys who made the animal gags from BoJack Horseman last year, Pixelatl. So yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic event. It really, really, I mean, I have been to several festivals and events of the like around the world, and at least from the ones that I have attended, this one, in terms of quality, the people that they bring, and the organization, my god, the organization is fantastic. So of course they are big events, and it's really difficult that in an event of such magnitude everything is going to be smooth. Of course things are going to go wrong, I mean, that's to be expected, but I think the quality in this particular issue of Pixelatl and the ones that I have been the previous year and the year previous to that is how quickly they adapt and they solve problems. Up to today, I haven't heard a single complaint about the festival. I mean, some people I have heard some complaints about the divisions, I guess, about that there are several prices for different passports that let you access to different things. Some people complain that kind of like looks classist, but I don't really think that's the case. I mean, they are allocated to different publics, so people who are still studying get a type of passport. People who are professionals but are looking for job or looking for inspiration or looking for stories of how to break into the industry get another type of passport. And people who have a studio and want to make business get another type of passport. So of course it's like different audiences for those passports. Not exactly it's a matter of how much money you got. I mean, it's more of what do you want to do during the festival, why you are attending mostly. So yeah, coming back to the main topic, basically, what I noticed on Pixelatl is that many of the people who are doing great things and the people who are creating IPs and the people who are getting productive, they are either not on social media or they do have social media but almost never use it. And that makes sense, because if you take away 4 hours from Facebook or from Twitter or from Instagram and allocate those hours into working, into your IPs or into your illustration or into your animation, obviously you're going to produce a lot. So this is the idea. I want to cut down on social media as well and start producing instead. So yeah, this is going to be my first rambling. Meanwhile, the way I paint is playing in the background. And I don't know, I hope that this is useful for someone. I'm not sure if this is going to be a good idea or I probably should cut the rambling right now, isn't it? Because I kind of like ran out of stuff that I wanted to say. So, okay, thanks for watching and thanks for listening to my ramblings. And, well, let's see. I will continue doing this with each painting. And feedback you've got, I will be happy to hear. I will be happy to read. Those I will come back to read. So, feel free to leave me a comment if you agree or disagree or any of the point of view that you've got. Respect of the topics or respect of the painting, I will be happy to hear. So, bye bye. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day.